Hey, what's up, guys? Finally getting to do a video. This is I'm gonna do two videos. I'm gonna do one WrestleMania review, and I'm gonna do the Raw after WrestleMania review. I'm doing the WrestleMania review because I actually was able to go to WrestleMania this year. So that was pretty cool. I first I'll kind of tell you a little bit about the trip and everything. It wasn't really a trip because I live in Pennsylvania and it was over in New Jersey, so it really wasn't that far away. It was like 2 hours, two and a half, maybe 3 hours. Um, but I went there. I went on Sunday. I also got tickets to Access, and I got VIP to meet Shawn Michaels, which was awesome. Um, so, and if you get a chance, if you ever go to WrestleMania, definitely. Some people say don't do the Access, but I mean, I think at least once you should do it. If you like it, do it again. I mean, if I go again, I'll probably be doing it again. It was pretty cool. And I guess they kind of change a little bit every year, depending on the venue. Um, at the one that I went to was at the Izod Center. They had the ring set up and everything. They had like they had like a couple live matches, NXT matches, obviously. They had a bunch of like fun things for kids and stuff. They had a video game thing set up. They had a bunch of stuff, and then out in like the corridor around the arena was where like they had the superstar meet and greets, pictures, the legends that they had there. Obviously I met Shawn Michaels. 1 second, let me actually. Anyway, I did meet Shawn Michaels, and I had him sign my belt. You can see it right there. Shawn Michaels, HBK. He signed that. I also met, and I don't know why I had him sign this, but I met Curt Hawkins and he signed it, which is cool. I'm not one of those guys who just has guys who have been WWE champion before sign my belt. I don't really care. But anyway, I had those two sign it. I also got a pictures with Alicia Fox. Trying to kind of blanking right now. Alicia Fox. I got Justin Gabriel, which I was really excited for. He's one of my favorites. Let me actually have my picture real quick. But yeah, there's like a lot of stuff to do. If you get the chance, definitely check it out at least once. Especially if you have kids, because you know it's a once in a lifetime experience for your kids to meet some of these wrestlers. Even though you know it's not the top guys that are there, it's kind of mid card to low card kind of guys that are there. And I also met shit. That'll come up. I met Shawn Michaels, obviously. Sorry, I'm like so tired tonight and blanking on everything. Fucking can't think of his name right now. Shit. Anyway, also VIPs got to kind of go backstage, kind of see, you know, how backstage is set up. We got to see like the makeup room. Got to see like the trainer's room. There was a couple other rooms that we got to see. I forgot which ones they were. And actually, as we were going down the hallway, Dolph Ziggler, AJ, and Big E Langston walked by, which was kind of cool. I don't know if they set that up specifically like that, or if they just kind of were there. I don't know. But that was cool. And then we actually got to go. We got to go on the stage and go down the ramp that all the superstars go down on Raw and SmackDown, which was cool. And we got your picture taken on it, which was really cool. So that was pretty awesome. We just go through some of the stuff that I got while I was there. I don't have the shirts that I got because they're in the laundry right now because I wore them today and yesterday. I got the official Wrestlemania jersey, and I also got the Wrestlemania shirt that says I was there, and then it says 4713, which I believe you can only get at the show. I'm pretty sure. Obviously, because you weren't there, if you don't get it, anyway, then we got a couple other kind of cool stuff, just a couple of freebies from Fruity Pebbles, a couple things from the Vortex, obviously, because, you know, Saturday Morning Slam, they had people there giving out, like, free stuff, which was cool. I got some pictures. I didn't meet these people, but I got pictures of Christian doing his signing. Rikishi was there. I got a picture of him. A couple other people. But all in all, the access was pretty cool, I thought. I'll definitely do it again if I get the chance. Anyway, let's move on to WrestleMania, which is what this is all about. Oh, I also got this pin. Some random guy gave it to me for free. I was like, okay, I'll take it. Anyway, obviously it was at MetLife Stadium, which is a great stadium. It's a really nice stadium. The set was amazing. The only thing I didn't like about the set is if you saw the pay-per-view or if you were there, the ring had like this top on it, so like if it rained or anything, it wouldn't rain on the ring, which I thought was cool. And it had like these like pillars, or like kind of look like buildings on the four corners. Problem is, the section that I was in was kind of at a corner, so you could either see one corner of the ring or another corner of the ring. If they were right in the center, you couldn't see shit. So we were basically watching most of the matches from the screens, which I thought, you know, was kind of a flaw in their design. I think they could have thought of that out a little bit better. But nonetheless, you know, you're at WrestleMania. Come on. But that's really my only problem with the venue and the setup. Everything else was really nice. I liked it. Let me get into the show. There was a you wouldn't call it a dark match, but a pre-show match was, and this pissed me off, that it was an Intercontinental title match. Why do you put the Intercontinental title match on a pre-show? The prestige that the Intercontinental title has, you're completely shitting on it, that it's not in wrestling, the actual show. Like, come on. But it was Miz versus Barrett. Miz won the title over Barrett, which I wasn't even there for the whole match. I was kind of getting, because I wanted to get a lot of stuff before, like, people would get like everything would sell out, and I got like a drink and stuff like that. So I saw like the end of the match. I heard it was pretty good. But again, if they were gonna put it on a pre-show, obviously they weren't gonna put too much into it. I mean, they didn't really care enough to put it on the actual show. Obviously, they weren't gonna put too much like thought into it or anything like that. And I'm not doing these all in order because I don't remember exactly what matches were in order. I think this is in order, but whatever. We also had Sheamus, Orton, and Big Show versus The Shield, and everybody at the show, everybody was waiting for an Orton heel turn. Everybody. Everyone I was talking to in my row, everyone around me, we were all like, Orton's gonna have a heel turn because Orton's so much better as a heel turn, and he was acting so face that you could tell, like, okay, it's gonna come, and it didn't. I mean, the Shield won, which I kind of expected. I don't think that they would be building up for them to just lose. I think they want to kind of build the Shield up as like, who can beat them? Who, like, it's impossible, blah blah blah. But then, obviously Big Show turns, and which really wasn't a face turn. He was in the middle. He was like, it was like he was basically the heel that wanted to get rid of these people in the company, so he teams with two faces. He never really turned face. He was still a heel, so it wasn't a heel turn. It was just him getting fed up with, dealing with Orton and Sheamus, Orton and Sheamus. So it really wasn't a heel turn, and I don't know. Some people are saying it was a heel turn. It really wasn't. But anyway, I mean, it was an okay match. It wasn't the best. I thought they could have done better with it, but anyway. And another match we had was Ryback versus Mark Henry. This one, I kind of wanted. I almost expected Ryback to win, almost in the fact that, Mark Henry has been in he's been in the WWE forever. He's one of the originals from the Attitude Era. He's been there, and obviously he wants another title shot. I get that. He's been in there long enough. He wants a legitimate reign, which, I mean, he had a short reign as World Heavyweight Champion, but obviously he would. I understand that he would want one before he retires. But in a sense, I thought this would kind of be a match where, like Jericho puts over a bunch of newer superstars. I thought, it would be part of, him putting over Ryback a little bit. But he won, which it was a good back and forth, good counters, good things like that. At the end, Ryback went to put Mark Henry, put him up for a shell shock. Henry grabs the rope and forces him to fall on top of Ryback, rolling him over and getting him a pin. Then after the match, sorry, I have like hairs all messed up. Anyway, Ryback comes back and he gets, of course this was after the match, so it doesn't really matter, but he gets Henry up for shell shock and delivers shell shock. But the way that he did it after the match was like effortless, like nothing had happened, which kind of upset me. I thought, come on, if you're gonna make me believe that he crushed you and then was able to get the 1, 2, 3, how do you then make me believe that you get right back up and give him a 400-some pound man shell shocked effortlessly? Come on, like, let's go. Let's think about this a little bit better. But whatever. Next we had Fandango versus Jericho. I thought this was a pretty good match. I don't think that people are really going to be bagging on Fandango as much. Obviously, the gimmick is stupid. Johnny Curtis, I think, was his name before. But, I mean, I don't know. Obviously, WWE is like the world of gimmicks. So, you know, there's gimmicks everywhere. So, obviously, they're going to have some stupid gimmick, whether you can wrestle or not. And, you know, he can. He's good in the ring. I think they should kind of give him a more serious kind of gimmick, or let him be more himself. But, you know, I think after that match with Jericho, people are kind of gonna give him more of the respect that he maybe deserves. Anyway, next we had a tag team title match. It was Team Hell No versus Dolph Ziggler and Big E Langston. Obviously Dolph was great in this match. You know, everyone's saying he is this generation's HBK, which I can kind of see that. I was actually thinking about it today at work, and I can kind of see with Dolph Ziggler, I see shades of HBK with his showmanship and everything like that. And then I also see a little bit of Mr. Perfect in him. You know, perfect at everything, you know, show off kind of thing like that. So I think like he's kind of a hybrid of the two, which is cool. But obviously for this generation. Team Hell No wins, retaining the title, which if you think about it, people were surprised, but I mean, if he's going into the World Heavyweight title shot, why would he win the tag team titles? Come on. Anyway, let me see. Next match was Swagger versus Del Rio. Before the match, can't think right now. Del Rio and Zeb Coulter come out, and Zeb Coulter does his typical before the match, talking about how our country is a problem, blah blah blah, immigrants, blah blah blah, which was genius on one end, but suicidal on another. Do you realize where you are? New York and New Jersey. This is like this. Oh my God! Like, it was genius because you knew you would get so many people like into it and just pissed at him. But at the same time, it's like, dude, watch it when you leave the arena. Some wrestling fans take this shit too seriously sometimes and don't realize that it's a show and they're probably gonna shank you. Anyway, but the match was okay. It wasn't anything too spectacular to me. Del Rio wins and retains the title. Next match, I think it was the next match. Again, like I said, this isn't in any order at all. But this was the match that I was waiting for. This is the match that I went to WrestleMania for. It was the Streak. CM Punk versus Taker. It wasn't the best Taker match. Oh, excuse me. And it wasn't the best CM Punk match. But for what they did, it was good. And you know, I called it. I didn't think that Punk would be able to defeat the Streak. Taker is still undefeated at WrestleMania. It was. I wasn't too much excited for the match itself, but everyone always says that, you know, seeing Taker at WrestleMania is something that you have to see once, and you know, it was cool. It wasn't. His entrance was kind of cool. I've seen a lot better entrances that he's had, but being there was awesome. In that aspect, it was good, and I'm glad that he is still undefeated. I would like to see somebody a little bit better than CM Punk. Not saying that CM Punk is bad, but I feel like somebody a lot, you know, I don't know, I just didn't see Punk doing it. And then we had Triple H versus Brock Lesnar. This was the no holds barred, anything goes match with Shawn Michaels in Triple H's corner. This was a really good match, I thought. You know, they used the stairs a lot. They used I think Triple H put the Kimura lock on Lesnar like 2 or 3 times. Anyway, and sorry I'm not going into all these matches in too much detail, but you know, whatever. If you want to see more detail, go into someone else's, but I'm just telling you what I thought. Triple H wins. I don't really know how. Obviously, I didn't think Triple H was gonna lose, because I don't think he's really ready to retire quite yet. I think he wants a couple, maybe 1 or 2 more.
I'll be back.
Kind of maybe pay-per-view matches before he kind of really settles into his kind of executive kind of position. So I think maybe he'll have a couple more pay-per-views, maybe 1 more WrestleMania before he kind of really goes into retiring from wrestling and then going into the business end full-time. Because, you know, obviously Vince is getting older, so he's not going to be able to do it forever. I'm not saying that he can go for a long time now still, I think, but there's going to be a day where, you know, he's going to have to hang it up, and somebody's going to have to step in. Anyway, the next match was the main event, was Cena versus The Rock. Some people are saying this was better than last year. Some people are saying it wasn't better than last year. There was a lot of reversals, you know, reversals into the Rock Bottom, reversals into the Attitude Adjustment, Rock doing the Attitude Adjustment, Cena doing the People's Elbow, Cena doing the... It was just crazy. But again, Cena wins. He gets his redemption. At the end of the match, they sorry, I'm trying to put this somewhere. It's on my lap. Anyway, put it there, I guess. At the end, you know, The Rock, typical, you know, babyface. Both of them raise each other's hands. Give a big hug, which I don't know. And it kind of, to me, it seemed like, you know, Rock was saying thank you to all the fans, like it was his last match, like it was done, you know. So I don't know. I'll talk more about that in the next video, which will be my Raw review. But all in all, this WrestleMania kind of disappointed me to an extent. Obviously, it was amazing being at WrestleMania Live. You can't beat that. If you ever get the chance to do it, do it. No matter how good or bad the card is, go. If it's in your state, if it's within driving distance, if you can get the money to take a flight to wherever it is and get tickets, do it. At least once in your life. Especially if you're a wrestling fan, you have to do it at least once. But the things that really, like, the card wasn't the greatest, but it wasn't the worst. But the thing that really bothered me is almost every WrestleMania, they have big surprises, big returns, big this, big that. There was none of that. There were no returns. There was no surprises. it was like watching Raw or SmackDown. It was just a regular show. I wanted to see like a return. Like I've been reading that, and I don't know if anything's changed since I've read. It was a couple weeks ago. I don't know. That um, Evan Bourne was going to be returning around WrestleMania. Well, what happened with that? I don't know. I don't know. I feel like they could have done something. There was rumors that Goldberg was going to make an appearance. There was rumors that a bunch of people were going to make an appearance or returns or whatever, and none of it happened. And it was really like, I mean, come on, WWE. This is your biggest show of the year, and you don't have any returns or any big surprises. Like, come on. It's like they're giving up on it, and it's pissing me off. But anyway, give me your thoughts. Sorry I kind of rambled on this video and it strung it out too long. I don't know. But give me your thoughts, what you think, what you liked, what you didn't like, what you would have rather seen. Oh, and another match that was supposed to be on the card was supposed to be Tensai and Brodus Clay with the Funkadactyls, Cameron and Naomi, versus Team Rhodes Scholars and the Bella Twins. I guess they kind of took it out because of time restraints. I don't know. It wasn't really an exciting match for WrestleMania anyway, so whatever. Although I do like Naomi. I think she's kind of talented. People obviously brag on the Divas division, but if you have somebody who has potential, come on, give them a shot. And women have just as much right to be in the WWE as men. That's why there's a Divas division. It should be given some respect. Come on. But anyway, like I said, give me your opinions, everything like that. Alright guys, see ya.